Hey everybody, Jim Hart here from the Hart Law Firm, and it is a beautiful, awesome afternoon here in North Carolina. I decided to come out here and sit down next to the pond. Here, I'll give you a little quick. This is right outside my office here in Cary. It's a beautiful day. It's probably like 60 degrees, and I thought I'd come out here and talk about how to deal with your four-legged friends. If something should happen to you and you can't care for them, or your spouse can't care for them, or if you should happen to pass away and leave your animals behind. And the reason I'm doing this is for well, a couple reasons. Number one, for those of you that don't know this about me, my wife and I actually we've done animal rescue for well, we haven't done it since we had kids, but back before we had kids, we used to do a lot of animal rescue. And at our high water mark, we probably had, I think, 4 dogs and 6 cats. That was kind of like, that was pushing the bounds right there. Some of those cats were foster failures, and the dogs that we had back then. When I met my wife, I had 1 dog, and she had 2, and then we adopted 1 along the way, and then we started fostering cats, and that's where it got a little tricky. But anyway, those 4 dogs are all gone. They've all passed away. Now we have another dog, a little black lab named Lucy, and we had 5 cats. We lost 1 last January, right after my mom passed away, and then when she passed away, and this is really why I want to do this video, she didn't have any plans in place for what we were going to do with her cat, and the alternative to us taking her was going to be that she was going to be put down. My wife and I decided we didn't want to have her put down, so I made the drive from Columbus to Raleigh, Cary, with Gabby, who is my mom's cat. Hopefully this will come through. It looks like I had a bad signal there for a minute. But anyway, so what I want to talk to you about today is what to do with your animals, how you're going to deal with them. There's really 3 ways you can deal with this. The first way you can do it is you can just you can give some money in your will to somebody who's going to care for your dog, your cat, snake, whatever you've got. You can do it that way. That's one way to do it. And this hair, wow, a little wind today. That's the first way to do it. And I don't typically recommend that. And the reason I don't recommend that, if you really want to make sure your animals are taken care of, is because it can take months, sometimes years, to probate a will. And whoever's going to be taking your animal, maybe they are incurring expenses. Your cat could be elderly, like my mom's cat was, and she needed a lot of vet bills. And you want to make sure that whoever it is that's taking care of that animal will have that money available to them. So, and going through the probate process can take a long time. So I don't typically recommend leaving money in a will. Also, there's no strings, there's no carrot attached to that, right? So that person could take the money and they could do whatever they want with your animal. There's no oversight over that. And so that's another reason why I don't necessarily recommend that. The second thing you can do is you can, if you want to leave it in the will, you can also include a provision about that in your durable power of attorney, so that whoever it is that's going to be managing your financial affairs, if you're incapacitated, would be able to direct that money be spent for your animals. And you could do that also. The problem with that is that once you pass away, the durable power of attorney ends, and it has no effect. So, so that's only for if you're incapacitated. So the third way to deal with this is to either create a separate trust called a pet trust that you can put money into, and you can provide for how that's going to be administered on your incapacity or death for whoever it is that's going to be managing your animal or taking care of your animal. That's one thing to do. Or you can just include a little paragraph or something in your living trust that deals with basically the same type of issues. So it directs the trustee to provide some funds to whoever it is that's going to be taking care of your animal. Excuse me. So those are the 3 options. I would say, in order of the best option is going to be the pet trust. Excuse me, I just had lunch. The best option is going to be the pet trust. The second best option is going to be probably the durable power of attorney, but again, understanding that only will work if you're incapacitated. And then the third best option is going to be leaving money in your will. The other thing you want to make sure you do is you designate not only who's going to have the money, but who's going to take care of the pet. Now, a lot of times the person who receives the money and the person that takes care of your pet is going to be one and the same person. But if for whatever reason they're not, you want to make sure that's clear. And then sometimes you can do what we did. My wife and I, we've got a provision in our trust that the money is going to go to a large animal rescue that is actually also has agreed to take our animals if something should happen to us, and that's one of the things they do. But you have to give them a donation for them to do that, and then they will take care of your animals. That's another option. I think the one that we're using is Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. I think they're out in Utah, so they will be taking our animal, but they will be receiving a large donation from us if something should happen to us. So those are kind of the options. That's what you can do. If you have a pet and you want to make sure they're taken care of with your estate planning, there you go. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 919-460-5422 or check out our website at jameshartlaw.com. I have done a blog post about this in the past. I'll probably do another one. I'll include a link here with the video. But have a great day, folks, and thanks so much for listening. Talk soon. Bye-bye.